Last class we learned about the differences between culture, ethnicity, and race. We also learned about the differences between the terms immigration and emigration. Just a review, immigration is the action of moving to a new country with the intention of becoming a permanent resident. Today's lesson will be on the trends of immigration in Canada. As you watch the PowerPoint, you should follow along and fill in the blanks on your immigration worksheet. The sheet looks like this. The Canadian mosaic. A mosaic is a picture or pattern produced by organizing pieces, in this case humans, together to create an image that shows diversity. What do you notice about this picture? Does everyone look the same? Do you think this is a good representation of the diversity found in Ottawa? "98% of all Canadians are either immigrants or descendants of immigrants." To be a descendant means that you are not an immigrant yourself, but that your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, etc. were immigrants. Canada has been receiving immigrants for over 400 years, and over 200,000 immigrants arrive in Canada every year from all over the world. Which places do you think they immigrate from? And which locations do you think they choose to immigrate to in Canada? Most new immigrants move to provinces and cities where there are other people from their culture and also possibilities of employment. Why is it necessary for them to move where there is employment and family? Two-thirds of all immigrants settle in large cities such as Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, or Ottawa. Do you think Ottawa has a large number of immigrants? What are some areas that have more or less? "40% of all new immigrants move to Toronto. That's over 80,000 people every year. This is one of the reasons why Toronto continues to grow at such a rapid speed. When someone is deciding whether they would like to leave their country of origin or emigrate, there are push factors, which are the reasons why they would like to leave that country. In other words, they are being pushed away because of these reasons. Can you think of 2 reasons why someone would choose to emigrate from a country? Write your answers down under the push factors section of your sheet. Here are some other push factors. When someone is deciding whether they would like to move to a specific country or immigrate, there are pull factors, which are the reasons why they would like to move to that country. In other words, they are being pulled to the country because of these reasons. Can you think of 2 reasons why someone would choose to immigrate to a country? Write your answers down under the pull factors section of your sheet. Here are some other pull factors. The Canadian government has strict rules to decide who will be admitted to the country. These rules are required so the right number and type of immigrant come to our country. There are 3 different types of immigrants. The first is an independent immigrant. This is someone who decides to move to a country on their own, usually because of work. Sometimes independent immigrants are called business immigrants. Commonly, a person will immigrate to a country first as an independent immigrant, and then they will bring their family over to the country after they are established. Independent immigrants need at least 67 points on the immigration point scale to immigrate to Canada. We will learn about the different ways to earn points later in the lesson. Earning 67 points is not easy. However, if the immigrant is wealthy and is investing in a business in Canada, they only need a total of 25 points. The next type of immigrant is a family immigrant. Family immigrants do not need to follow the point system in order to immigrate to Canada. However, they must have someone already in Canada who is willing to support them for at least 10 years. The reason for this is because it allows the family immigrant to have enough time to learn the language, adapt to the culture, and get a job, whereas an independent immigrant must already have language skills, work experience, and an education in order to immigrate to Canada. The final type of immigrant is a refugee. Refugees are people who immigrate because it is unsafe for them to stay in their country. This could be because of war, poverty, fear of persecution or death because of race, politics, etc. Canada allows approximately 30,000 refugees to immigrate here every year. There are also programs and resources set up for refugees that provide them with a place to live, food, etc. Matthew House and Carty House are examples of homes that provide this kind of support to refugees who move to Ottawa. Although immigration and emigration occur between different countries, the term migration means to move. People sometimes decide to migrate from one area in a country to another. In Canada, we call this interprovincial migration. Provinces such as Saskatchewan and Newfoundland lose many people every year, while provinces like Ontario and Quebec gain people every year from other provinces. Why do you think people are choosing to move away from Saskatchewan and Newfoundland? And why do you think Ontario is a popular choice? That concludes the note on immigration. You should now have the 2 pages about immigration filled out. Please go to the next screencast to learn about the point system in Canada. You should have the points system sheet printed out so that you can fill it in as we work through that activity.